Hello, everybody. It's been a while.
Unfamiliar faces, right?
It's been 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, what? It's June right now.
And we are going over April's budget in June.
Oops.
Yes. Never too late, right?
Nope.
Okay. Let's hop into this episode of Beers and Budgeting. Okay, welcome back. If you are new to the Debt Free Millennials channel, my name is Justine, and this is my husband Kyle.
What's up?
And every month we go over our real income and expenses. It's one of my favorite series we do on the channel because it's not scripted. It's our real numbers. But the most exciting thing is we get to drink while we're filming this.
I thought I was going to say you got to show me how much money you spent last month.
How much money you spent last month?
All right, fine. Yeah, I'd spent a lot of money last month. In the last months.
Okay, you're getting ahead.
Months.
You're getting ahead.
Months.
So tell us what we're drinking today.
Oh,
Important part.
it's a beer called Bortz. It is from Highland Park Brewery here in Los Angeles, California. And it's called Dark Gnome Wizard Lager. It's a dark lager, 5.5% alcohol.
A gnome wizard? I'm all into these fairy tale creatures.
There's got to be a formal name for a gnome wizard, right?
I don't know.
Like the dwarves of Lord of the Rings were not wizards. They're nor gnomes. I don't know. Someone out there's got to know.
Someone's got to know. Also, we just started watching the new Mario Brothers movie, and I'm kind of in that realm of magic and powers, and it's fun. I don't know. What'd you guys think of the new Mario movie? Apparently, according to the news this morning, it's the second highest grossing animated movie.
Behind Frozen 2.
Behind Frozen 2.
Anyways, cheers.
Cheers. Mmm.
It's got a good toasty finish on it.
Yeah.
It's smooth.
It does.
I like it.
I like it as well. Shall we hop into our budget?
Let's hop into the budget.
Hop into the budget.
That's her line usually.
Yes.
You should see my phone. I'm one of those guys. I have like 70 tabs, articles that I've been meaning to read for a long time. And then I get on a flight and it's delayed. Okay. So we're going over, just to keep it straightforward, we're doing April's budget right now.
Yes.
Even though it's June.
April's budget. It's important that we look at each month to see what money has rolled over or not, and then move that money and make some spending habit changes if we need to.
So first off, what happened? What delayed all of this so that we're now in June and not actually doing this?
True. Okay.
Well, I was gone for 2.5 weeks for work, and then came back with COVID, which put me in the bedroom for a week, quarantined from everybody. I was one of the weird asymptomatic cases. I never had a sniffle, never had a fever, never lost sense of taste or smell, but I was definitely positive on those at-home tests. Like I probably took 6 tests in total over the whole time. So yeah, so recovery was great. I feel pretty lucky compared to what's happened to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But that's why we didn't go over the budget, and yeah, so there's a long delays there. And then
it was long.
I had more work trips and I was more out of town again, and it just got to be a lot. So now here we are in June.
Yes.
And we had family in town for one weekend, so we couldn't do it over the weekend. Anyways.
Lots of delays.
Yeah. You can actually watch on film as my slow memory brings back all the details in this very boring story to listen to. How about we jump into the budget?
Okay, yes. Let's do that. So we plan on an $11,000 monthly take home. A lot of the times we earn more than that. And we do that purposefully to plan for a lower income so that we can keep our budget, I guess, more in check and more in tune so that we're not overspending in areas.
Yeah, it's a safety net.
It's a safety net. So in April, we brought in $11,901. And then we had a net of $1,500.
Okay.
Cool. So that's the bottom line. Shall we go over into our fixed categories first?
Let's do it.
First of all, we had an amazing month for groceries in April. We only spent $378.86.
Well, That makes sense. We were gone for a long time in
That's
a
right.
month. So it's like, when we're not home, we're not eating, which means we're not planning on groceries.
We were all gone as a family. We went back to Nebraska for a week, and then you went on to do another conference.
Yeah.
So really, when you're gone, we just don't spend money on food.
Call me fat. Call me fat, yo. All right.
Also, electricity and gas were under budget at $87.59, which is awesome. An amount that we're more used to. Back when we first moved here in September, October, it was really, really high. All right, let's look at our fun money. Let's take a look at this. What did we spend money on from the LA bucket list? Oh, we went to the Dodgers-Cubs game. Man, that feels like a long time ago.
That feels like forever ago.
Yeah, that was super fun. We got to actually sit out in the bleachers in the outfield right next to the Dodgers bullpen.
That was cool.
I would definitely go back and purchase those seats again.
I would not go back.
Okay. Why?
I'm one of those people that needs things to be efficient in order for them to be enjoyable. Maybe that's just part of being an engineer. But it took us over an hour to get into the stadium and took us like an hour and a half to get out of the stadium.
True.
And I'm not okay with something taking that long.
You know, I wonder if there's a park and ride.
There is not. I already looked into it.
We'll get to the park and ride in our May budget video, which we'll be releasing right after this video comes out. So you will get back-to-back beers and budgeting because it's taken us so long to film, which I'm really happy about. So a bulk of our fun money was spent on the Dodgers-Cubs game, and the Cubs won. Yes. So amazing.
2 home runs. It was awesome.
Yes. Looks like, what else? We spent some money on clothing. You got actually negative $8 back on your clothing because I think that's when you returned your Costco pants.
Yeah, Costco pants.
Okay, looks like we
wearing them right
spent
now.
some money on Easter gifts, golf balls, that sort of thing. Golf ball. Oh yeah, your golf ball gifts.
Yeah.
You bought some golf balls for that.
Yeah, those gifts, not for me, for
Yeah.
others.
Yes. Looks like we spent a lot of money on Quinn this month. Shoes and clothes. Shoes are expensive for kids. They're as much as adult shoes.
You serious?
Yeah.
Or are you just buying the expensive ones?
Well, you got to buy the staple shoe. So yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, like the tennis shoe.
Okay.
But even the tennis shoes on Amazon, the cheap ones, the cheapest are $20 for toddler shoes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, when you say it, so they're much as my shoes, I'm like, are you spending $80 on shoes, right? Anyways, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up with like one pair of shoes. And it was like, these are the shoes that you wore to church. These are the shoes that you wore to school. And maybe you had gym shoes. Anyways.
Yeah. Also, it looks like under miscellaneous, I put $56.95 for a parking ticket that I received before. Yeah, it was not clearly marked in the parking lot I was in that I had to be parked head in, so I backed into my spot thinking it'd be easier to get out, and that is prohibited. So I had to pay that ticket even though I contested it. They're like, no, the signage is correct, whatever. So I paid that.
I don't understand the head in only, unless it has to do with like someone checking the license plate. Like, because I know some states you don't have to have a front license plate. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. If someone knows why head in only parking lots exist, like, the engineer side of me is not making sense with this. So it's got to be a money thing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't know, but I paid it and moved on with my life. The future category here, I don't think we should update this because I think we should wait for the May Beers and Budgeting episode to update those to what it is today.
Fine by me.
So anyways, you can see how much we put towards each of our future savings goals, with the down payment still being the primary focus. And you can also see we spent $675 on flights back to Nebraska. So we ended up purchasing those and then traveling to Nebraska, and we were there for about a week. And then I also put here in the notes section that we spent money on Easter stuff, and then end of the month you had some work expenses that I started tallying up on the side because I know that you're going to get reimbursed for that. I didn't want that to screw with our personal budget.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I kind of treated that separately. Also, Ally Bank, we still have the surprise savings feature turned on, and it pulled $500 in addition to the $1,000 towards our down payment fund goal. So that's really awesome. Also, we paid part of our tax return. We paid the state our tax return of $654, but actually, we are forecasted to get a refund on our federal return. It's kind of a mess, and we had to file an extension on it because of some over contributions made to your retirement plan.
Oh man, transitioning jobs. One of the things, if you get a 401k and you give all the health plan stuff or whatever, just watch out make sure that things are turned off and turned on, and that the contributions are appropriate. Because I thought I was turning mine off, and the former employer continued to contribute after I left, and then withdrew their money, and then didn't tell me about it, and it got all confused. And then the paperwork available to file the over contribution is only available in the month of January, which I feel like I don't even get my W-2 until February. So I'm like, wait a second, why is it only available? Anyways, I've spent a lot of hours and a lot of I could cuss right now, but I know YouTube doesn't like that. Okay.
Give us your real emotions.
I'm past the point of anger and just sitting here in defeat.
Yeah.
When they see that person when something so terribly wrong goes on, and they just have that 1,000-yard stare of why does the world exist? I'm at that point with this. Anyways, let's not get Kyle to be any more curmudgeon than he is.
Okay. So the next steps is we just have to go back to our CPA and say this is how we want to move forward in order for our CPA to file our federal return so that we can get our refund. And how much are we expected to get back from that?
That's a you question.
I think it's to the tune of $8,000, which is insane.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You didn't know that? Yeah. Usually we owe.
Do you have any golf clubs I can buy with that?
No. Usually we owe $8,000, and so to get this amount back is honestly unsettling because that's free money that we gave to the government, interest free, and that's just not a position that we want to be in. The problem though is obviously we overpaid in taxes, and I think it was because of either my business quarterly tax payments or your extra withholding. I'm not really quite sure, or you switching jobs and the tax changes. Anyways, we got to talk about our $1,500. Oh, and your suit jacket purchase, which actually happened in May, but we're going to apply it to the surplus from April, which is why I think we should talk about it now.
Okay, so does the $1,500 include the suit jacket?
No.
Yeah. Suits are expensive. I learned that today.
Yes.
You can go get any suit, but then when you put on the one that actually fits you, you're like, oh, I get it now.
Not all suit jackets are made alike. That we know.
Yeah. So anyways, soapbox, we're going to hit the skip button on what I'm going to say right now. So let's just keep going.
Okay. It was time for you to purchase a new suit jacket. It had been since our wedding 8 years ago, and you were a different size back then?
No.
You weren't a different size back then?
No.
I feel like that gray suit jacket fits you a lot looser.
Yeah, it was just the style back then.
Oh, it was the style. Yeah. So he got some recommendations from a ton of his friends to go to Nordstrom. I also personally am a big fan of Nordstrom and their customer service, and I feel like they pay attention to the details with clothes, especially when it comes to men's suit attire. And that guy, Alonzo, thank you, Alonzo. The first jacket he pulled from the rack, he put onto Kyle, and we were like, wow, bright blue.
Yeah.
Not super bright, but more than your typical old crummy.
You're more enthusiastic about this than I am.
Oh, well, when I saw it on you, I was like, wow.
It was the first time that I've ever put on clothes and been like,
I look good.
I look good. Most of the time I don't need clothes for that. Oh. But no, it was that was the one and only time that I can remember being like, oh, all right.
Yeah, and I think most, at least when I've attended your conferences as a spouse and looking at the other engineers, I'm sorry, I love you. I love all engineers. I do. He is one. A lot of my family members are one. But guys, come on, we have got to style ourselves better. It's that old dusty, danky blues and blacks and grays and just dull. And so this suit jacket is just like, very nice. This is a long story to tell you why part of the $1,500 surplus is going to a $700 suit jacket, which means we have $814 left over in this month's budget. And I'm curious if we want to save our conversation on what to do with this and potentially any surplus that we have in May for May's beers and budgeting.
Yep.
Okay,
Next.
done. All right, you guys, this is a wrap on April Beers and Budgeting. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope you are drinking along with us. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the DFM family and the channel, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button to join like-minded millennials who are committed to financial confidence that leads to more fun and less payments. Bye.
See ya.